Everybody, today we discuss Planck's radiation formula for black body radiation. In the last class we saw the Rayleigh-Jeans formula. The Rayleigh-Jeans formula is actually having this problem of ultraviolet catastrophe. What is it? At high frequencies, ultraviolet frequencies, the formula predicts that the spectral energy density tends to infinity. But in reality, from experimental data we observe u of nu d nu tends to 0 as nu tends to infinity. So that is the ultraviolet catastrophe. So that was a problem in the classical physics. Then Planck came with a formula, Planck radiation formula, which actually was a lucky guesswork. It was a guesswork which came like lucky, as this formula, he introduced this formula u of nu d nu, the spectral energy density distribution equal to 8 pi h over c cube nu cube, frequency cube d nu over e to the power h nu over kt minus 1. So this is the Planck's radiation formula. This formula agrees with experimental results both at low frequencies and at ultraviolet high frequencies. At high frequencies, this h nu is far greater than kt, so this e to the power h nu over kt, that tends to infinity. So the denominator tends to infinity, so that means this u of nu d nu tends to 0. Okay. So the spectral energy density tends to 0 when the frequency is very high or at ultraviolet frequencies. So the problem of ultraviolet catastrophe, that is solved. This u of nu d nu tends to 0 as nu tends to infinity. Okay, as nu tends to infinity, this tends to 0. So that is what we get in the experimental result. So this agrees with the experimental result. So the problem of ultraviolet catastrophe is no more there. Now at low frequencies, when the where the Rayleigh-Jeans formula is actually agreeing with the experimental result, here for this equation, for low frequencies, h nu is very small, so h nu is much less than kt, or h nu over kt, that is much less than 1. Okay, and if x is very small, we know e to the power x, this series can be approximated by 1 plus x. Okay, so here nu is very small, so e to the power h nu over kt, that can be approximated by 1 plus h nu over kt. Okay, so we have 1 by 1 plus h nu over kt minus 1, that is equal to kt over h nu. So for nu very small, low frequencies, h nu by kt much less than 1. This is this term in the denominator, that is equal to what? Kt over h nu. So if I write kt over h nu for this, I will get this. Okay, kt over h nu, then this is equal to 8 pi kt c cube nu square d nu. This is exactly Rayleigh-Jeans formula, and it perfectly agrees with the experimental results for low frequencies. So the Planck's radiation formula transforms into Rayleigh-Jeans formula for low frequencies. Okay, so this formula, the Planck's radiation formula, agrees with experimental results at low frequencies as well as high frequencies. Okay, now once that formula is there, we have to justify the formula based on some physical principle. One cannot simply write a formula like this. Even though it agrees with the experimental result, one has to be able to explain it, why we are getting that formula. So Planck next explained this in terms of physical principles. A new physical principle was introduced to explain this formula. It is this: the oscillators in the cavity walls, the atoms on the cavity walls, they are oscillating, the oscillators, they cannot have a continuous distribution of possible energies. Okay, classically they can take any value for the energy, but here what Planck proposes is epsilon must have only specific energies. Okay, the energy of the atomic oscillators, the oscillators on the cavity walls can have only specific energies. Those oscillator energies are given by epsilon n equal to nh nu, where n is 0, 1, 2, 3. So the oscillator oscillating at frequency nu can take energy 0 energy, then h nu energy, then 2h nu energy, then 3h nu energy, like that. Cannot take any energy value in between this. Means radiation of frequency nu, when it drops from one energy state to the next lower one, and it jumps when it jumps to next higher state, it absorbs radiation of frequency nu. And this absorption and emission of energy takes place in packets of energy called quantum. Okay, which is actually a Latin word, quantum. That word means how much. Its plural is quanta. So an oscillator, it can take only discrete values for its energy, and it makes a transition between these energy levels either by emitting or by absorbing energy. That takes place in a bundle of energy h nu. Okay, now with oscillator energy is limited to nh nu, the average energy per oscillator in the cavity, okay, the average energy per oscillator in the cavity, and so per standing waves. In the Rayleigh-Jeans formula, the average energy per oscillator that was taken to be equal to the energy of the standing wave, because as the standing waves are produced by the reflection on the cavity walls, the reflection on the cavity walls means absorption and emission of radiation by an oscillator on the cavity wall, and the oscillator is oscillating with the same frequency as that of the wave. So the average energy per oscillator in the cavity walls, that is equal to the average energy per standing wave. It is not equal to kT. By the theorem of equipartition in classical physics, we had taken the average energy per oscillator as kT, but it is now different. The average energy of the oscillator, or average energy per standing wave, that is now given by h nu over e to the power h nu by kT minus 1. So this is the average energy. So u of nu d nu, that is equal to g of nu d nu, the average energy per oscillator. So that is given by 8 pi nu square d nu over c cube h nu over e to the power h nu over kT minus 1, and this is the Planck's radiation formula. So the Planck's radiation formula that was proposed by the Planck, he came up with the formula first, and then he saw it agrees with the experimental results at a whole range of frequencies, the low frequencies and high frequencies. Then he tried to explain it using an idea. That idea was the starting or the birth of the quantum mechanics. The oscillator energies can have, this oscillator can take only specific energies, nh nu, where n is 0, 1, 2, 3, and the emission and absorption of radiation takes place in discrete bundles of energy h nu. So using that, he calculated the average energy, and from that he gets the Planck's radiation formula.